Now, Farm Bureau presents the finalists for Class 4A Coach of the Year. Denny Abshier, Prairie Grove.
During the season, every game I approach, I look at the first film that we're going to play. I don't care who it is, and I'm going, man, these guys are going to be hard to stop. It's going to be hard to make some yards. In a week-long preparation, and I'm feeling like, you know, at some point, it's like, man, those guys are dang good. Those guys are good. And then about playoff time, I'm going, you know what? I never have given you guys credit. My God, we're pretty good too, aren't we?
Prairie Grove made the playoffs just twice before promoting a young assistant in 1993. Danny Abshier turned a 1-4A doormat into a perennial playoff team. Abshier's Tigers ran to 11 wins and a conference title in 2003 with his sophomore son, Robbie, at quarterback. They shut out Atkins in Week 13, advancing to the semifinals for the second time in school history. 8 years later, Prairie Grove lost in the playoffs at eventual state runner-up Malvern, but that fueled a great 2012. The Tigers won 12 games and advanced to the semifinals for the third time before losing at eventual state champ Stuttgart. This fall, Prairie Grove pounced on a third conference title in 4 years, mauling league opponents by an average of 34 points. The Tigers love to get after Shiloh Christian, and in Week 6, senior quarterback Sam Dodd threw 2 touchdown passes in a 29-point win over the Saints. A week later, Prairie Grove pounded eventual state semifinalist Peerage by 24 points. Prairie Grove owns 7 outright conference titles and 19 playoff berths in 23 seasons under Danny Abshier.
We got to turn it around. It took a little while, but we got to turn it around.
And this fall, the Tigers shook the semifinal snag, advancing to the state championship game for the first time in school history.
Hembree, Warren.
Hey, we got business to take care of, guys. I want to win this conference, guys.
Before Bo, Warren managed 1 conference title in 60 years. Since he took over in 2000, titles are as common as tomatoes in Bradley County. Bo Hembree guided Warren to a pair of conference and state championships in his first 4 years. The Lumberjacks played in 3 more state title games over the next decade, winning it all last December. But Bo was at his best in 2015. Warren returned only 4 starters, and coaches voted them preseason number 4 in the 8-4A. Hembree started 3 freshmen in the season opener, a 29-point victory over Class 3A favorite Smackover. A month later, 4 starters were sidelined with season-ending injuries when Warren slipped past Star City. But as the injuries mounted, Warren just kept winning. The Lumberjacks dominated Dollarway to clinch another 8-4A championship. 9 ninth graders played in the 3rd round of the playoffs when number 3 Warren played host to number 2 Nashville, as Bo's surprising young Jacks reached the quarterfinals for the 4th straight season and captured their 12th league title of the Hembree era.
Tony Travis, Peerage.
He climbed the coaching ladder from volunteer junior high assistant to high school coordinator at Fayetteville. In 2009, Tony Travis took another step to head coach at pitiful Peerage. The Blackhawks had won just 8 games the previous 4 seasons. But just 4 years later, Peerage won a school record 10 games in 2012.
Go enjoy it, turn it loose, and let's play Blackhawk football, okay? And they're going, hey, listen, they're going to find out. They're going to find out right now what happens when you hit somebody in the mouth that likes it like that, right? Let's go get it.
Travis's Blackhawks won 10 games again last fall, and captured the first conference title in more than a decade. And 2015 promised even more. The Blackhawks averaged 300 rushing yards and 33 points per game this fall. They earned a number 2 playoff seed with a 3-point win Week 10 at Shiloh Christian. In the first round, Peerage pounded Truman with more than 300 rushing yards in a Mercy Rule blowout. A week later, the Blackhawks forced 5 first-half turnovers against heavily favored Pulaski Robinson. They returned this one for a touchdown to tie the game at halftime, and the Ridge held on for a 1-point win. And in a quarterfinal quagmire, Peerage booted 2-4A champ CAC with this field goal in overtime, as Tony Travis's Blackhawks won for a school record 11th time and reached the semifinals for the first time in school history.